Hi guys, oh my gosh, can you believe that it is week 5 of online learning? I cannot. But we are going to get started. This week we are going to kind of be talking about your lives and life stories. So that's kind of what I named this lesson, lesson 7. All right, so just a weekly overview like we normally do. Let's see. So this week we are starting a poetry unit. Take a chill pill. It's going to be okay. Lesson 7, this lesson needs to be done by Wednesday, 4/29, or I will be calling your parents. Not new information. And then both lesson 7 and 8 need to be finished by Friday, 5/1. Progress report grades were due this week. So if you haven't been doing your work, you got zeros. However, I'm willing to go back and change all of that if you want to all of a sudden do your work and catch up. So your weekly meme, do your thing. I believe in you. I know a lot of you don't like poetry. This week we're going very simple. It's not going to be hard. You just may have to think just a tiny little bit. Okay? All right, let's keep going. Oh no, there we go. So I need you to think about your life story. Okay? Who are you? What defines you? Is it like one event, one thing, one characteristic? Who are you? I feel like that poster. You know what I'm talking about? But I just need you to think about your life. If you were to sum up your life in, I don't know, one sentence or one event, one thing, one characteristic, what would you say? One person. Maybe you live to make one person happy. Maybe you're constantly having this one feeling. So that would be your characteristic, right? Or maybe you're constantly thinking about this one event or this one thing that happened to you, right? What defines you? Or maybe it's a lot of little things, right? Maybe you have big dreams. So everything little you do goes up to that big dream. Or maybe you just take life how it is, right? What defines you? All right, so example. This is my example. I am a teacher, a dog mom, and a learner. I make mistakes, I worry and struggle, but I won't give up. I refuse to settle for less than what I deserve in life, and I just want to be happy, right? You've all heard Miss Iyer talk about each one of these things, right? That's who I am. That's what defines me. So I've never had an event or one thing change my life, right? That defines me. It's all of these little things that are working together that define me. If I was to define a thing that defined me, obviously it would be anxiety, right? Everyone knows Miss Sawyer struggles. Person, that'd be my mom. She's my rock. Couldn't do life without her. Oh, there we go. So if I had to define those things, that's how I would define them. But I like the top example more. I think that fits me more. So be thinking about what your life story is. I'm not going to ask you to write something like this, but I just need you to keep that in the back of your mind. So now we're going to look at 6-word memoirs. All right. These 6-word memoirs, let's just look at a definition to get us started. A memoir is a biography written from personal knowledge or special sources. Notice that the word memoir looks a lot like the word memory, right? So it is a biography written from personal knowledge, a memory, okay? So we are actually going to be writing 6-word memoirs. So you're going to be writing a biography in 6 words. Super simple, right? I told you not to freak out. We're all going to be okay. All right, so now that we know what a 6-word memoir is, we are going to look at 5. And I'm going to show you how I broke them down, how I analyzed them, and because this is what you are going to do in your assignment, right? I'm going to give you some 6-word memoirs, and you are going to look for one that best describes you. So I am going to break down 6-word memoirs so you can learn how to break them down too. So the first one is, my life is based on lies. Pretty deep, huh? So the person that wrote this was obviously lied to, right? The writer feels hurt and betrayed. And I think that the word based tells us that the lies that were told were life-changing lies, right? So maybe she was told later in life that she was adopted. So she's literally went through her entire life thinking these people were her parents and they weren't, right? So that would mean her life is based on lies. So this is just what I think this 6-word memoir means. Let's go to the next one. Pink hair to piss you off. So I think that in this memoir, the writer is revolting against someone. Maybe it's her parents or her school, but she is telling us that she intentionally did something to make someone else mad. That tells me whoever she is pissing off did something to her. She's retaliating. She's revolting against them, right? She's saying, I did this to piss you off. You're welcome, right? So she has a little, what is that called? Vengeance? No. Karma? No. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Sorry, guys. We'll go on to the next one. Finally learned weird is a compliment. This one looks longer than 6 words, but I just counted again and it is. So I really like this one because I feel like I identify with this one because y'all are always like, Miss Hire, you're so weird. Good. That means no one else is like me. So I felt like this person is accepting themselves. They're saying that they may be weird, but that is who they are and that they like being weird. And that's totally okay. I found a million flaws with perfection. I really like this one because of the contradiction. Remember that contradiction is like differences, right? So that the word flaws and perfection, those are contradictions. So let's look. This is a contradiction because there shouldn't be any flaws in perfection, which is actually the point that our author is trying to make, right? The author is trying to point out that nothing or no one is perfect. Hold on. Harry wants to come say hi. Come here. Oh, there he is. There he is. Oh, he's smelling my coffee. So just think about all of this, right? Do I have another one? Oh, yeah. Okay, so I have one more, I think. But like I said, I'm just explaining them what I think they mean so you can explain them the next in your assignment. You can explain them and pick one that you identify with. All right, I think this is our last one. My mom had my boyfriend deported. This one really was just like, when I read this one, I was like, what? I do not understand. So think about the now broken relationship this teen has with his or her mom. The mom went out of her way to ship the boyfriend away from her child. This 6-word memoir displays hurt and betrayal. It doesn't say, the memoir doesn't say, my mom hurt my feelings, my mom broke my heart. And that's the point, right? It's only in 6 words. The fact that he was deported, sent to another country by her mother, that just tells us all the hurt and betrayal that this child is feeling. So your next steps are your 6-word memoir assignment. It's called Identifying with 6-Word Memoirs. It's on that lesson 7. Please make sure that you click submit by Wednesday at noon so I don't have to contact your parents. And I did go and find one more meme for us. One does not simply just do poetry. You have to feel the poetry, right? So that's what I want you to keep in mind. Think about your life story while you're going and reading the 6-word memoirs.